Hi guys, welcome to your first day of school online. Um, my name is Miss Virial and I will be your 8th grade math teacher. I'm sorry that you were not able to join us earlier, but I'm glad that we're able to still share the information with you and that you are able to access it. Okay, so here in my presentation, I just have a little welcome for you guys with my family's pictures on it. I am married. My wife is named Deborah. I have two sons. My 1-year-old is named Jason, and my 4-year-old is named Jackson. Okay. If you open the presentation for today, the actual Google Slides, you'll notice that my name is underlined. That's because there's a link attached to it. If you click on that, it takes you to my school webpage where important information is also posted there, like our Remind codes, our Google Classroom codes. Over here on these links, you can click and it takes you to important information as far as grades go. It takes you directly to Skyward, the supplies that you need for class, our class rules, my office hours, which can also be found in our Google Classroom, as well as my welcome video. Okay, so let's go back. Okay, when you are logging in, guys, make sure that you are using your school email address. Okay, it is very important that you log into Launchpad before you do anything else. Okay, in the slide are also links to our school webpage and our NEISD webpage. So if you click it, okay, it takes you directly to Eisenhower. Over here on the right hand side, where it says Launchpad, that's where you need to click first. Okay, once you click this, it takes you directly to the login. And actually, I think I'm logged in already, so I missed a step. You hit the sign in, use your school email to log in. All your apps should pop up. Okay, it looks different than mine, but here when you find Google, your Google Classroom and your Google Drive are here. That's what you'll probably use the most. Okay, so let's go back. Okay, our Google Classroom. Let me get us there. I'm going to click on one of my classes because most of what we did today is pretty much the same. So I'm going to click my first period. When you first get into your Google Classroom, you are taken to your stream. Guys, this is where announcements are posted and new things, but that only stays on the stream for a limited amount of time. So the part that you really want to pay attention to, or the tab, is the Classwork tab. Okay, this is where your assignments will be posted. It should be sectioned off by topic. Okay, the only two that we have right now are the Zoom links and our resources. Okay, so for our Zoom links, I have the actual class period posted. That's where you click and join for your class period that day. Each period, I labeled it as either A day or B day and the time that we're meeting. Okay, guys, you can also find it on our main page. So back over here on the stream, I labeled it what period you have it, whether it's an A or a B day, and the time that we meet. Okay, so if you ever forget, let's say we're having a bad day, get into your Google Classroom and I put a little reminder there for you. Okay, so back to our classwork. Tutoring. Okay, if you need to meet me for tutoring, I have it every day from 2 to 2:50. If you click on the link, it takes you directly to where we can meet. Okay, same thing for office hours, except my office hours are Monday, Thursday, and Friday from 3 to 3:40. Click the link here and we will be connected. Okay, to our resources section. Calculator, I have it linked. We are using desmos.com. If you click on there, it takes you directly to the calculator we're going to be using. We chose to use this one because it is STAR test approved. Okay, so in the instance where we have to take our STAR test online, desmos.com is the calculator that you'll be using. Okay, so let's get out of here. Back to our Google Classroom. The remind code, okay, I have a regular 8th grade math one and I have an algebra one. Okay, if you click on remind information in your actual Google Classroom for your period, I'm saying that for my algebra students, you can see what the remind code is right here. Okay, algebra 1 is a little bit different. Instead of saying math, it's going to say ALG1 for algebra 1. Okay, classroom rules and expectations. Okay, you can click those. I put them in there as reminders for us, but our 2 basic rules are to try our best and be respectful. Expectations for Zoom: be on time, show up a few minutes before class starts, so that way we can get you admitted and on time, okay, before we're actually ready to start. We are going to stay on mute and we're going to raise our hands if we have a question or we have something to say or to share, okay? Find a quiet place that's free of distractions. Stay focused and on task so that you don't miss anything. We ask that you come prepared and ready to participate. So there are times when you'll be able to interact, right? You'll be able to communicate with us through Zoom, but there will be slides that you can interact with. So that's the cool part. We do ask that you're dressed in a manner that's appropriate for class, so no PJs, clothes that is appropriate for school. While your video or audio is on, please no hand gestures or inappropriate language. Okay, make sure everything that we're doing is school appropriate at all times. Okay, let's see here. Let's go back to our presentation. All right, so we did this. Unfortunately, you weren't able to experience the Zoom polls or the breakout rooms that we did, but hopefully you get to join us soon and get to experience that with us. But I will have a question posted for you to answer. Okay, our Zoom poll was sent out and students were able to answer the question how they were feeling, either green, blue, yellow, or red. So please answer that question for me in Google Classroom. And Pear Deck also is something else that we got to interact with. It was joinpd.com. So if you open a new web page, go to joinpd.com and enter the code. You will be able to interact with the next slide. Okay, and the slide that you're interacting with is the next one, slide 6. So once you log in and put your code, you can move left or right depending on how you're feeling. Okay, you don't have to click or submit anything. I will get it on my end and I will see where you're landing. Okay, so next slide. futureme.org is an email that I would like for you to create for yourself that emails you in the future. I received an email from myself yesterday, but from 2019. So it was pretty cool to get an email from a year ago that was reminding me to have a good school year and to try to accomplish certain goals. So I'd like you to write about some goals that you might have for this year, and it doesn't have to be specific to algebra or to math. It can be about any class or the year in general. Okay, you can also write about how life is for you right now. So maybe how you and your family are dealing with COVID, how you're dealing with virtual school, and how it is for you, right? Like I said, this is a getting to know you activity. You don't necessarily have to answer the bullets that I have listed here, but I just think it's cool, that you can send yourself something a year from now, or 3 years from now, or 5 years from now. Just make sure that you use an email that you're going to have access to. So if you choose the 1 or 3 years, you'll be able to use your school email address. But if you pick the 5 years, you probably want to pick a personal email since you will no longer be in school. Okay? And the last thing we're doing is a virtual locker. I have not posted the directions for this yet because I wanted to talk to you about it first. But just to give you an idea of what some might look like, okay, I just went to Google and I typed in virtual locker. If you look here, here's some cool lockers that I don't know if these are students or teachers, but they seem pretty cool. So I'm excited to see what you create. Okay, the directions for this will be posted, okay, in Google Classroom, as far as when it is due, step-by-step directions on how to get it done, okay. Um, Anything that you need should be on my webpage. It should be posted somewhere in Google Classroom. If there's anything that you would like to ask me, questions that you might have, please feel free to email me, contact me through Remind or Google Classroom. Yeah, I hope that you enjoyed today, and I hope to see you on Wednesday. Bye-bye.